Hello, sixth graders. Today we're going to be multiplying mixed numbers. Watch really carefully as I'm solving these. We're going to be doing a lot of that multiplying then adding. And just take a look here, okay? First off, little review. When there's no mixed number, you can simply just multiply across. We can cross reduce. Let's look at this cross reduce. 2 and the 8, what number goes in a both? 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Take a look here. The 5s can cross reduce. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 1 is 4. 1/4 is our answer. Okay, moving on. Now we have a mixed number. This is what you have to do when you have a mixed number. Remember, I've shown you before, we have to multiply and then we have to add. Or multiplying, then adding. 5 and 3/4, I'm multiplying the denominator by the whole number. 4 times 5 is 20. And I'm adding the numerator. So I have a 23 over 4 times 2 6. This is why cross reduce is really helpful. The 23 and the 6, we can't really do much here for cross reducing, okay? But the 4 and the 2, we sure can, okay? So I'm going to cross reduce this, 4 and the 2. I'm going to cross reduce them down and divide them both by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So now I have 23 times 1 is 23. I have 2 times 6 is 12. I'm going to ask myself this question. How many 12s can go into 23? Well, I know 2 12s equals 24, so 1 12 goes into 23. What's left over? 11 12s. 1 and 11 12. So let me check my work. 12 times 1 is 12 plus 11 is 23 over 12. Let's keep cruising along here. We have 4 and 1/4 times 5 6. I have to change this mixed number into an improper fraction. 4 times 4 is 16 plus 1 is 17 over 4 times 5 6. There is no cross reducing that can be done here because 17 and 6, nothing can happen there, and 4 and 5, nothing can happen. So now we have to multiply. And this is what you're going to notice when you're multiplying mixed numbers. You're going to get some big numbers and you have to do the correct math. 17 times 5. I'm going to have to work out on some scratch paper here. 7 times 5 is 35. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8. So this is 85 over 4 times 6 is 24. Now you got to see how many 24s can go into 85. Well, I know 2 24s is 48. 3 times 24, wonder where that gets me. 12, 6. It's not 6. It is 7. Sorry, I heard someone at my door. It's 7. Okay, so watch closely here. This number, how many 24s can go into 85? 3 24s can go into 85. And that 3 times 24 times 3 is 72. So 85 minus 72 is 13. So your answer is 3 and 13 over 24. That's how you do multiplication of mixed numbers. There's a lot of math involved, so watch closely. Look at this one. 2 1/3 times 3 1/8. We're going to have to break these apart. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7 over 3. That wasn't so bad. 8 times 3 is 24 plus 1 is 25 over 8. We can't cross reduce these at all, so now we're dealing with large numbers again. 25 times 7. 5 times 7 is 35. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 3 is 175. 175 is my numerator. 3 times 8 is 24. Now I have to find out how many 24s can go into 175. Okay? When you see a problem like this, it also means this, 175 divided by 24. But as you can tell, I still don't know how many 24s go into 175. So now we just kind of got to figure out the numbers that get the closest. Let's try, we know 24 times 10 is too big because that'd be at 240. Let's try times 7. 4 times 7 is 28. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 2 is 168. That was a really awesome guess. I got really close there. So watch closely here. How many 24s go into 175? 7 of them can go in. So I have a big 7. That equals 168. So now I have to take 175 because that's what the numerator is. I'm going to subtract 168 from it, so I'm left with 7. So I have 7 and 7 over 24. That is my answer to this problem. There's a lot of math involved. Let's take a look at this problem. This one looks kind of like a beast too. 12 times 3 is 36, plus 1 is 37 over 12, times 5 times 1, which is 5, plus 3 is 8 over 5. The good news here is we can do some cross-reducing. Let's divide both those by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Now we can multiply across. 37 times 2. I have no idea what that equals, so I have to work it out. 14. 2 times 3 is 6, plus, so we got 74. 74. And 3 times 5 is 15. How many 15s can go into 74? Well, I know 4 times 15 is 60, so I think that's our answer. So 4, because 60 times, 15 times 4 is 60. If 15 times 4 is 60, the next 15 to add to it would be 74. So we have to do 74 minus 60, which is 14. So you have 4 and 14 over 15. You're going to be dealing with some very large answers today, but make sure you're doing all the math correctly and you'll be good. Ooh, take a look at this one. We are finding the area of this rectangle. So I'm going to take 2 and 1/3, and I'm going to multiply it by 3 and 2/3. I'm going to set them up nice. So I'm going to go 3 times 2 plus 1, which is 7 over 3. I'm going to multiply that by 3 times 3 is 9 plus 2 is 11 over 3. Once again, we can't cross reduce at all because 7 and 3 don't cross reduce and 11 and 3 don't cross reduce. But 7 times 11 is 77. 3 times 3 is 9. How many 9s go into 77? Well, this is basic math. 9 times 8 is 72. I'll write that down. 9 times 8 equals 72. So that means 8 is my large number. 72 minus 77, I've been doing all these up in the corner, so I'll show you again, is 5. So I have 8 and 5 over 9 is my answer. We have a triangle here. Now when you're finding the area of a triangle, it's half the base times the height. So I'm automatically going to take this and turn this into 2 feet, okay? So I have 2 and 3/4 times 2. You're probably thinking, can the answer just be 4 and 3/4? That is not your answer. Watch closely. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11 over 4, times 2 over 1. That's how you write that as a fraction. I'm going to cross reduce these. I'm going to divide these both by 2. 11 minus 1, or 11 times 1 is 11. 2 times 1 is 2. How many 2's go into 11? 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 11 minus 10 is 1. 1/2. That is how you multiply mixed numbers. I think there's one more problem left, and I've got time, so I'm going to do it. Let's watch closely here. Finding the area of a parallelogram. You're just simply multiplying base times height. We have 2.5 times 5/6. Well, I'm going to change this 2.5 into an improper fraction. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5 over 2, times 5 over 6. I can't cross reduce. 5 times 5 is 25. 2 times 6 is 12. How many 12s go into 25? 2 12s go into 25. 25 minus 24 equals 1. So your answer is 1/12. 2 and 1/12. Hopefully this helped with your mixed number multiplication. I will know right away if you're doing it correctly, because if you just simply multiply across and you don't change those mixed numbers into improper fractions, you will get them incorrect. So please take the time, know your math facts, study those math facts every night if this is hard, because the system, the process is not too challenging. Good luck, and I look forward to working with you in math today.